Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of the Weekend Weird Files. Today I'm bringing you the oddest of the news from the past week. Also, I want to remind y'all that sometime around 7 or 7:30 Eastern this evening, we'll be going live for a spooky treat. Just go to the Spreaker website at www.spreaker.com. Click the little caret beside listen and then search for Mystery, Murder, and Magic. Or you can download the Spreaker app, and it's free, by the way, from the Google Play Store or the App Shop for iOS. Once you have it installed, you're going to tap the word more, and you're going to search for Mystery, Murder, and Magic. When we do go live, right beside our, once you go into the podcast, it's going to have a little red banner that says live. You're going to tap that, and you'll be into the live feed. Now, one cool thing that I do want to mention is that when you do listen to our lives, you can send us chat messages, and I'm not sure how many we'll get to actually interact with on Saturday night because I'm going to be driving. But I do want to just get that out there that, you can interact with us. Now, I do need to say that if we get there and don't have a good connection, we won't be able to go live, but I'll try to do what I can to get the word out about that too, if I can. But anyway, we will be making a video recording too of our ride through this spook trail, so that will be up on our YouTube channel probably Sunday. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this week's Weekend Weird Files started.
Triple M Studios presents the Weekend Weird Files. Here's your host, Andrea Lee.
Now, our first story comes to us from right here in South Carolina, of course. On Sunday in Goose Creek, officers arrested a man who broke into a bank, but apparently he wasn't there to rob the bank. Or not in the traditional rob the bank way. He was more interested in what was in their break room. 36-year-old Nicholas Rodriguez is facing second-degree burglary charges after he broke into the BB&T bank. Rodriguez threw a rock through a window and climbed in, and in the process of entering through that broken window, he cut his hand pretty bad, and he set off an alarm. Well, when law enforcement got there, they found the man asleep in the lobby, but before he had settled down for a nap, he had tried to cook a chicken in the toaster oven there in the break room. Police, they did search him, but they found no stolen money or any other stolen items. He did make comments to the cops about hearing voices, but he didn't elaborate. Now, he was taken to a nearby hospital to have a large cut on his hand treated. And then he was taken to jail where he's being held on a $20,000 bond. Now, the first time I heard it, I thought it was hilarious. But now that I realize that he might have like mental illness or something like that, it's not that funny other than like the visuals that you get from imagining, the whole thing. But anyway, our second story comes from Russia. And on Saturday, an actor was crushed to death during a live performance when a massive backdrop fell. The 38-year-old became trapped when the backdrop fell during a set change, and at the time, the other actors and orchestra, they just continued on with the scene because they were completely unaware of the situation. Well, once they realized what had happened, they started waving their hands like trying to signal for help for the man. And they're apparently, somewhere on the internet, there's a video of all this happening. But anyway, on that video, they say that once it's realized what's going on, you can see like the curtains close real quickly. So that the shocked audience doesn't have to see anymore. Now, that actor, I can't pronounce his name. It's a very hard to pronounce name. But he was declared dead at the scene. Now, a former dancer that used to work there at that theater, he was quick to say that the actor who died shouldn't be blamed rather than the condition of the opera house itself is to blame, because he said that other dancers have damaged their legs because of the shoddy sets that they have there. He said they need a lot of repairs. So that's just really sad, and I can't even imagine witnessing something like that. It's just horrific. And now is our last story. Now, you probably remember back in the 1980s, there was what they called the Satanic Panic. And that was the time when all the parents were like freaking out over everything from Dungeons and Dragons to heavy metal music. Well, in one town in Canada, something similar happened because a very loved high school principal told someone that she's a heavy metal fan, and now parents have launched a petition to get her fired. This all came about when the principal of Eden High School in St. Catharines, Ontario, her name is Sharon Burns, she posted pictures on her social media account of her wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, like all the merchandise, like, and she was throwing devil horns. Well, in the petition, the parents claimed that the principal's hobbies could have a negative impact on their kids, and they even said that they were so upset that the principal had shown an allegiance to satanic practices on her social media. Honestly, the pictures just look like the woman is going to an Iron Maiden concert. I don't know. But anyway, so what were they really hoping to accomplish with this? Well, they really wanted her to be transferred to another high school. I don't know why they would want to put her off on somebody else's kids. But the kids at her high school love her so much that they launched their own counter petition, and they called it "We Need Miss Burns." And the kids even pointed out the fact that Eden High School is a public high school and it's not a private Christian school. The parents, I guess they realized they weren't going to win this. So they took their petition down from being online, and it only had 553 signatures to begin with. Now, the counter petition that the kids put up online is still up, and it has over 22,000 signatures. All I can say is good for those students because they fought for their principal, and it looks like they won. Now, the whole thing is a bunch of ignorance as far as parents are concerned, because this is what happens when you don't do your research. Maybe Dee Snider needs to come talk to him. But anyway, well, that's all I have for today's headlines. Don't forget to join us this evening when we go live as we drive through the Haunted Trail in Bowman, South Carolina. Y'all have a good day.
Look, it's James.